If you guys follow me on Twitter, you guys would have seen that I am kicking off an extremely fun and extremely busy week of prospect spotlights. It is Senior Bowl Super Week here on the channel, and we will be doing a number of players suiting up in Mobile. But deep down in Dallas, there's another All-Star Bowl happening in the East-West Shrine Bowl. Once again, there's loads of talent, and today we are kicking Super Week off early by touching on 3 players that are suiting up in Dallas. The first guy we'll be discussing is Texas running back Jonathon Brooks, a player who has some big kahunas for deciding to declare for the 2024 NFL Draft, and we will be discussing that in today's video. If you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment and let me know which players you guys want to see in a future video, and without further ado, let's get into it. Brooks didn't get utilized a lot in 2022, and when you have Bijan Robinson and Roschon Johnson on your team, it makes sense why you may be the odd man out. He had 30 carries on the season for 197 yards and 5 touchdowns, and honestly, he looked pretty solid in very limited snaps. 2023 is where he really burst onto the scene. In 187 carries, Brooks finished with 1,139 yards and 10 touchdowns, which are some of the best numbers in college football. Unfortunately, Brooks was sidelined the rest of the year due to an injury, and he didn't get to finish the season. But when he did play, Brooks was incredible. Brooks has an awesome build at the running back position. He is tall, he has big arms, broad shoulders, and he looks the part of a running back. He is 6 foot, 207 pounds, and he is an absolute incredible athlete. The strength isn't for nothing. Brooks is a powerful runner. He is incredibly hard to tackle in the open field, as he is always fighting for extra yardage and trying to make a big play. Brooks is averaging about 6.3 yards per carry in his collegiate career, which are incredible numbers, and he is constantly breaking tackles and fighting for extra yardage. Brooks also has great vision and patience in the backfield. He was waiting for lanes to open up, and when they did, he did an amazing job of cutting back, making some jukes in the backfield, and taking off with the football. He has incredible open field speed, and it really shows. Another area I love about Brooks' game is his receiving ability. He had 25 receptions on the year for 286 yards and a touchdown, but he was a player who Texas used as a receiver out of the backfield quite a lot, and he did a very nice job in that area. He wasn't used very much as a blocker, as they brought in the freshman CJ Baxter for that, and I would like to see his blocking improve and get to see him in that area a little bit more, but as a receiving back, I thought he did a very, very nice job. Brooks is an incredibly balanced runner and a receiving back. He has a lot of versatility, and there's a lot to love about him as a prospect. But there is a major concern on the horizon, and that is his injury. Brooks suffered a torn ACL towards the back half of the Texas season. This is a concern for obvious reasons. Running backs are very reliant on their knees, and we often see, after a major knee injury, many players just aren't the same. Brooks has not played a game obviously since his injury, and that is going to be a major red flag for teams. From Brooks' perspective, however, I think it makes a lot of sense. For one, he already doesn't have a lot of mileage on his legs as is, with really only 250 carries in his collegiate career. But on top of that, he has to go make his money. It's a running back market that's becoming more and more depleted, and players just aren't getting their second contract, and this is a huge risk for Jonathon Brooks, and it takes some serious balls to enter the draft right after an ACL tear, and I gotta say I respect it. I also did notice a few drops on his resume. Nothing crazy, but it was something that showed up a bit. I would like to see him do a better job of securing the ball before trying to turn around and run with it. Brooks would very easily be my number 1 running back if it wasn't for injuries. He's powerful, he's strong, he's shifty, and he's an overall incredible athlete. And he comes from a long line of amazing Texas running backs. But the injury is a major concern, and it is not something that we can ignore. He is my number 4 running back in the class. Like I said, had he been fully healthy, there's no doubt he would be my RB1. But health matters a lot, and he is my number 77 player in the class. I think Brooks can fit in any run scheme in the league. He can run outside, he can be a power back on the inside, and he can just run guys over and be used as a receiving back. I think in an inside zone run scheme, Jonathon Brooks would be best utilized because of his ability to fight through extra contact and run down the middle, so I think that could be my comparison for him. When I watch Jonathon Brooks, he reminds me a bit of Todd Gurley, in the way that they are just always fighting for extra yardage, they're used in the receiving game, and they take very good care of the football. Unfortunately, Gurley's career was cut short due to injuries, but I think Jonathon Brooks has a lot of very similar tools. They have very similar size, and they offer some really nice versatility. Gurley was an incredible receiving back. I think there's a lot of similarities in their games, and that's my comparison for Jonathon Brooks. Jonathon Brooks has some serious stones. To enter the draft with a hurt knee takes a lot of guts, but I think he has some serious potential to be a star running back in the NFL. The injury is going to push him down boards a bit, but I think Jonathon Brooks will be a 4th round pick in the 2024 NFL Draft.